Okay, here we are again. Hello, Hridi. This is Joko, and I'm from IELTStemple.blogspot.com. And today we have Do the Advantages Outweigh the Disadvantages essay. And the topic is from Cambridge 12. It's a genuine question, or at least it was trying to be. Before we get started, as always, I've got various the band descriptors color-coded. Task response, it's not red, it's actually purple. Blue, yellow, green for coherence and cohesion, or cohesion and coherence. I got that backwards. Lexical and grammar. Okay, now here's our question. But note, there's some, what's this? I need to correct the question. The bad copying, and really, I noticed something that someone else said, and this is not you, really, but Raphael noted something on someone else's blog essay that if the question is packed full of grammar errors, and maybe you should be looking at some basic grammar rules, okay? Like the population, okay, is singular, so therefore includes, and you need this is a noun, large number, you need a relative, article, non-defining. Do the advantages of the situation outweigh the disadvantages? Now, this is actually important because one thing that many people don't realize or don't fully realize is what the meaning of outweigh is, okay? And that they look at more. Which one has more? More advantages or more disadvantages? To quote, well, not quote, but to paraphrase something that's Chris from IELTS Advantage mentioned was, what if you compared traveling by private jet versus commercial airline? Well, certainly the advantages of flying by private jet are many. No way, I don't need to list them. There's lots and lots of them. But they are all outweighed by the disadvantage of cost. It's too expensive. So it's not how many, it's outweigh. There's the total impact of the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, oops, I spelled relevant wrong. Now I put this in here because it's there. It's in every task too, and people need to keep that in mind. And I don't even know if I worded it correctly, but as close as I can remember. All right, so what do we have here? We use our little doohickey. Does this work?
Due to the development in medical science, the infant mortality rates have reduced and therefore the society has now a more energetic youthful population. I believe that the positive impact it has on the country as a whole are far greater.
Aha, excellent. Okay, now remember my last video, I titled it that you didn't take advantage of opportunities to use other tenses, and you fixed that. Present perfect. Although, I'm not sure, as I noted here in the comment, is this in the question? Do we really know why there's more younger people than, maybe it's because, not infant mortality, but a higher birth rate. Could be that. Doesn't matter though. Okay, I believe that the positive impact it has on the country as a whole are far greater. Okay, that's pretty good. The infant mortality rates. Rates, plural. Speaking, we don't need the because we don't know what rates we're talking about. Have reduced. Have reduced. Well, no, we don't. Not reduced. Have been reduced. The medical science has reduced the rates. And therefore, the society. What society? Remember, the needs to refer to something specific. Has now, how about now has, a more energetic, youthful population than before. I believe that the positive impact what is it, has on the country as a whole are far greater. Impact is singular, so why are we using are? Should be is. And it, the country. You need to define the question better. So, that, there's no mention of some countries, and that's important. And, relative large number of young people compared to older people. Well, I guess energetic. Anyway, I gotta move on. I gotta get to work. There could be some drawbacks. Okay, well, good use of a modal verb. Okay, could, but in your topic sentence, you want to be stronger. How about there are? Some drawbacks exist. Escalating. Escalating proportion. The youth is not escalating, the youth population. First, the first of these, with the upsurge of young people are upsurging? What are they? What? Not clear. The workforce is most likely to be, well, likely to be, I like that, it's a good turn of phrase, but more likely to be dominated by them. I know what you're trying to say. Say it more clearly. Use simpler phrasings. Okay, how about this? First, with if there are more young people, then they could dominate the workforce. Dominate. Be dominated by them. Passive. It is seen, no, not called for, that most of these younger people work arena. Questionable collocation there. Therefore. I bet you we'll see more. Unlike the older experienced generations, but singular, such as what kind of mistakes? And this ultimately would hamper a company's growth. I'm saying task response here, nothing to do with companies. It's about to do with countries. Additionally, the youth, no, we don't know what youth we're talking about. The youth, maybe. Prefer living in cities rather than this situation, singular, leads to a boom. Oh, really? Ultimately, there is a scarcity of housing. Okay. Look here, I have notes. Is that in the question? My cat is on the desk. These are like you did in the previous essay. Now you fixed some things, but what you're still doing is making these statements that are just statements. They're not arguments. They're questionable. They're unsupported. Okay. Now, what you're doing well is that you need to explain why something is a disadvantage. Okay? So, if the workforce is dominated by young people, you explain why that's a disadvantage. Good. Additionally, the youth prefer living in cities. Why is that a disadvantage? Because it leads to a boom. That's done well. Give you credit for that. But the support you give needs some support. You're going to do some, maybe an example, not a fake example. Try to think of something good. But this paragraph is really crying for some examples to support it. Okay. However, you started your last essay, but the second paragraph was however. Now, they can't compare one essay to the next, but I can. Little misspelling. More. Good. Good topic sentence. First. 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 Use it consecutive paragraphs. Don't do that. The young population. Huh? Now, by this time, I'd read the word population a bunch of times. And so I looked. I went to, you can see this little graphic here. In this essay, 5% of the words are population. So between young and population, that's 20% of the keywords. That means it doesn't include little tiny grammar words. But of the important words, 2 words make up 20% of them. Energetic, willing to take up risk, willing to take risks. So, when these young people come into the job market, okay, good complex sentence, one can expect, again, a modal verb, a surge in the economy. Okay. For example, young entrepreneurs, plural, have created platforms like Facebook, Airbnb, and WhatsApp. Is Airbnb a platform? Oh, I think it's more like a platform. It's a company. Facebook is a platform. WhatsApp is a platform. Okay, wait a minute. So how does that explain an upsurge in the economy? Really? Well, first of all, founder of Airbnb is about 40. Not only famous. So as I said here, this is not the place for a not only but also. You need to explain why you've noted in the example is relevant. Okay, how is these guys and ladies represent a surge in the economy? Oh, okay. Well, you do it a little bit here. Added to the respective nations' economy in which they were created. Well, yes, of course. What other economy? Another reason is that, comma, no comma, stronger immunity, immune systems, and are healthy, unlike the older people. The before a plural noun when speaking in general is incorrect. Do not use the before a plural noun when speaking in general. Once again, do not use a defining or do not use the definite article before a plural noun when speaking in general. Really? I don't feel unhealthy. This means once again, the young people take days off, take a day off from work. And also, I don't like and also. They can walk. Finally, means a larger tax base. Why? Why? I mean, if they're under 18, they're not paying taxes. Therefore, there's therefore again. Now, therefore, as we can see here, is used 4 times in this essay. And it means as a consequence, right? So larger tax base does not mean, because there's a larger tax base, the tax can be used by the government to develop a country's infrastructure. That's not a consequence of a large tax base. It's just a proposal for what they could do with it. What does it have to do with the question? Nothing. So here, you've not kind of supported this. This could be strong. No. Sort of. You could have said that older people have greater health risks and that they require more expensive health care. And so therefore, a younger population is a healthier and less expensive population. longer hours and more taxes. And this one is just unnecessary. You mentioned 2. Okay, and then here, down here. Yeah, okay. Listen to this sentence. We're going to have the reader read it for us. Does this sound natural?
In conclusion, while having a rising young population may have some downsides as they are mostly inexperienced, there are more benefits owing to having a young, energetic, and healthy population.
It's not that bad, but it is very common where you try to connect too many thoughts into one sentence. Okay, in conclusion, we have a adverb. While having a young may have some downsides. Okay, that's one clause. As they are mostly inexperienced. That's another clause. There are more benefits. Another clause. Owing to having a young, energetic, and healthy population. 4 clauses. 4. That's too many. Therefore, in my opinion, comma, the advantages of a surge, once again, it's not a surge, it's a percentage. A surge is a sudden increase, and that's not what the essay is about. A surge in youthful population, and well, actually outweighs the disadvantages. Well, why? You explain the advantages, you explain the disadvantages, but you never said why you think these advantages are more significant, have a greater impact, are have a better, are better for the country. Some countries, again, we never mentioned some countries. It was sort of like everywhere, and that's also not. So you never explain why you think what you do. Okay, is that it? That's it. Young people together used 6 times. Young population, 3. Youthful population, 2. All right. What could you use in place of that? Okay. Young adults, the younger generation. Don't use youngsters. Yeah, they, they could be used. So work on that. As I said in the last essay, I wonder if I can do this. Can I? So probably kill the recording. We'll see. This is not a grammar mistake. No. But I meant, and as you might expect in an essay of this type talking about current. Okay, I mentioned that you used have in illicit music downward. Now, be very careful when you have 2 nouns together. 2 nouns together. Down. Well, okay, 2 nouns together. 2 nouns together. No, you did that here somewhere. Anyway, I gotta get to work. You can compare it to the other one just as well as I. 19 minutes. Too long.